Okay, so it's William here again. I'm going to show my retro digital audio workstation, and it's Wusik SQ480. I'm going to start up here on my capture device. It's going to take a few seconds to start the recording, but then it's going to show what it looks like to run the program for the first time. So I added a delay. So here we are on the main screen, and I'm going to go to the project screen, which is the sequencer area. And here we have the sequencer. This new version that I'm running is Alpha 146, and it has a better layout, has smooth scrolling on the sequencer now. So when the sequencer is running, there is a small bug on the program there, literally a bug. I can press Ctrl-Shift-L to squish it if I want, or I can disable from the options. This is the first template that I'm creating. We can have any type of graphics we want, from retro graphics to modern graphics. So let me stop my sequencer here, and I can check out some of my settings. So I have plugins, audio, display, sequencer, keyboard, and I can open the menus now. I have already a lot of options in the menus. The help is working already, so it's a inline help. So there is nothing on a few areas. And then the thing is, this is a full-blown sequencer with plugin support. So let me close the project. So it's alpha number 146. I have some motion blur settings on this particular template. I can disable the boot animation if I want, to run quicker. I can set my plugins, I can scan my plugins from here. The scanner uses an automated external process, so if the plugin crashes, it just continues scanning, and it scans 2 times just to be sure that the plugin is not working. So let me cancel this. I can see that I already have some stuff in here. First the instruments, then the effects. These are all VST2, and but it supports VST3 too. I can set custom names if I want. And it's going to show the name there. I can set as a top plugin, so it shows first on the list when I'm going to add to the project. I have my regular audio settings here. I can set to ASIO, DirectX, and Windows Audio. This is a Windows-only application. There is not going to be any other versions, just Windows. And I can set everything here, including MIDI input and MIDI output, which is already working. So if I go to my project and start recording there something, it's already showing that it's recording. And I can add several things. It's just not playing it yet, but the sequencer is already running and working correctly. So let me close my project. I can open the help from here too. I can open a saved project, which is already working. And the display settings has a lot of stuff in it. So you can see that some small dust particles that are running on the screen, and the bugs in there on the top right area. I can also squish with Ctrl-Shift-L and revive with Ctrl-Shift-L. It's just a silly thing, but I like it. It's going to always be running at 60 FPS, but for testing now you have the option to run at a higher FPS, but it breaks the animations and stuff, and it doesn't look much better, so there's really no need for more than 60. And the idea is that the interface looks alive and very soft. And also on the sequencer area, we are going to have some view meters on the tracks and waveform displays, stuff like that, that you can turn off and on. So that's the main reason for running at 60 FPS. And if I go to the advanced, I have a lot of options here on advanced, including change the color if I want. I can invert this display. I can invert the bezel if I want. It's not going to look particularly good on this setup, but sometimes you can mess around with the colors if you want. There is a lot of things that you can do just from these settings alone. You can also go like that. I can change the coloring of the screen if I want. Let's say I want a white screen or just amber-ish, yellowish. And there's a lot of options in here alone. You can add images for the background, for the bezel, so I can change the bezel. You can change the position and scale of the menu, the intro menu and the project area. So if you want a bezel on the project area and a squished sequencer, you can squish the sequencer. We also have option for random stuff on the screen. The displays flicker you can turn on and off, and also the display flickering and glitching. You can change it too. And you can do all this from with the mouse or the keyboard. But on the settings for now, only from the keyboard you can change it. You can click on stuff with the mouse, but to change values you still have to use the keyboard, because clicking is just going to increase for now. But I'm going to add another option soon that's going to change a few things here and there. The sequencer, I have some neat options here. I can set my length of measures for these vertical lines that shows up on the sequencer. I can change the metronome and the measures tracks and grid and stuff like that. And also I can flash the screen on every beat to help me out with a visual feedback of what's going on. The keyboard shortcuts has a neat feature because you can add MIDI information to a shortcut. So let's say I want to open my help with a MIDI note. I can press M and press the note, and now when I press the note on my MIDI keyboard, it starts the menu. So let me go back in there. I can remove it with M again. And I can also add a plugin shortcut. So if I press P and select a plugin, now I can go there and select a shortcut for it, like the number 1, let's say. So when I press the number 1, it's going to add to the project current track if it's instrument, or to the track mixer if an effect. And I also add any MIDI information to it to fire from a external MIDI keyboard or a controller or something like that. And that's it so far. We had a lot of options already, stuff that I'm working, stuff that is almost done. I still have to fix a few things here and there, but the tooltips are working, the track information is working, and the display, you can change a lot of things on the display. And that's it for this video for now. So don't forget to go to the project crowdfunding area to help me out with the crowdfunding there. so you can get this really working and release it soon. You can check the alpha version. It's a public alpha version. I know there's not a lot to do with this alpha right now. That's why it's alpha, not beta. But soon I'm going to have a beta version. Then I'm going to tell you all about it. Should take a month or two. So don't forget to check the funding area and support if you can. So thanks for watching.